The National Electrical Code, or NEC, mandates that disconnecting means must be within reach of the equipment they serve, as outlined in Section 110.26c. This section focuses on ensuring accessibility to switching or interrupting devices, commonly referred to as disconnects. These devices must be installed so that the center of the grip of the operating handle can be reached from the floor or platform. Generally, the standard height limit for disconnects is 6 feet 7 inches, or 2.1 meters above the floor or platform. This height is determined based on the assumption that an individual of average height can reach up to this level without needing a ladder or other assistive equipment. However, there is a significant exception to this height restriction for disconnecting means that are integrated as part of a UL-listed assembly. According to Section 110.26 Cone of the NEC, when a disconnect is part of a listed equipment, it is permissible to install it at a higher elevation than the standard 6 feet 7 inches. Now, let's apply this information. If the disconnects for air conditioning units are components of a UL-listed assembly, the 6 feet 7 inches height limit is not applicable, allowing for installation at a greater height. It is crucial to understand the implications of this exception. Firstly, even with the exception, the disconnects must still be accessible. The intent is that maintenance and operation should not require a ladder or similar aid. Secondly, proper labeling of the equipment is essential. It should clearly indicate that a ladder is not needed for servicing or accessing the disconnect. Thirdly, the location of the disconnect should be convenient and should not introduce any safety hazards. When disconnects are situated at a height of 7 feet from the roof, ensure they are readily accessible without needing a ladder, and confirm that the equipment is appropriately labeled. Let's consider a few additional points. The NEC is updated regularly, so it's important to reference the latest edition for the most current requirements. Consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and standards in your specific location. The UL listing indicates that the equipment has been tested and certified to meet specific safety standards. The listing covers not only the performance of the equipment but also its construction and marking. It is important to maintain the integrity of the UL listing by following the manufacturer's instructions for installation and maintenance. Altering the equipment in any way could void the listing and potentially create a safety hazard. In addition to the NEC and UL standards, local built-in codes may have additional requirements for electrical installations. These codes may specify additional requirements for the height, location, or accessibility of disconnects. Always check with the local building department to determine the applicable codes and standards. When installing disconnects at a higher elevation, consider the ergonomic factors involved in operating and maintaining the equipment. Make sure that the disconnect handle is easy to reach and operate without straining or overreaching. Provide adequate lighting in the area to ensure good visibility. Consider the use of extended operating handles or other accessories that can improve accessibility. Remember that safety is always the top priority when working with electrical equipment. Always de-energize the circuit before working on any electrical components. Use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as gloves and eye protection. If you are not qualified to perform electrical work, hire a licensed electrician to do the job. When selecting a disconnect, choose one that is properly rated for the voltage, current, and horsepower of the equipment it will serve. The disconnect should have an interrupting capacity sufficient to safely interrupt the maximum available fault current at the installation location. Consider the environmental conditions in which the disconnect will be installed. If the disconnect will be exposed to moisture, dust, or corrosive substances, choose one that is specifically rated for those conditions. Inspect disconnects regularly for signs of wear, damage, or corrosion. Replace any disconnects that are found to be defective. Keep the area around disconnects clear of obstructions. Do not store materials or equipment in front of disconnects. Make sure that disconnects are easily accessible in case of an emergency. Proper installation and maintenance of disconnects are essential for ensuring the safety and reliability of electrical systems. By following the NEC and other applicable codes and standards, you can help to prevent electrical hazards and protect people and property. Disconnects serve as critical safety devices, allowing for the isolation of electrical equipment during maintenance, repair, or emergencies. Their correct placement and accessibility are paramount. The height requirements detailed in the NEC are designed to ensure that these disconnects can be operated quickly and safely. The standard height of 6 feet 7 inches is generally considered to be the maximum height that most individuals can comfortably reach. This height is intended to allow personnel to operate the disconnect without the need for ladders or other tools that could slow down the process or introduce additional safety risks. However, the exception for UL-listed assemblies recognizes that certain equipment designs may necessitate a higher mounting location for the disconnects. In these cases, the UL listing indicates that the equipment has been designed and tested to ensure that the disconnect can be operated safely even at a higher elevation. When applying this exception, it is crucial to carefully consider the accessibility of the disconnect. Even though a ladder may not be explicitly required, the disconnect should still be easily reachable from a stable platform or working surface. Factors such as the presence of obstructions, the angle of approach, and the weight and force required to operate the disconnect should all be taken into account. Proper labeling is also essential. The equipment should be clearly marked to indicate the location of the disconnect and any specific procedures or precautions that may be necessary for its operation. This labeling should be durable and easily visible, even in poor lighting conditions. In addition to the NEC requirements, it is also important to consider any applicable OSHA regulations regarding the control of hazardous energy. OSHA's lockout/tagout standard requires employers to establish procedures for isolating energy sources before performing maintenance or repair work on equipment. These procedures typically involve the use of disconnects to energize the equipment and prevent accidental start-up. The NEC height requirements for disconnects are designed to complement these OSHA regulations by ensuring that disconnects are readily accessible for lockout/tagout procedures. In summary, the NEC height requirements for disconnects are intended to ensure the safety and accessibility of these critical safety devices. While the standard height limit is 6 feet 7 inches, an exception exists for UL-listed assemblies. When applying this exception, it is crucial to carefully consider the accessibility of the disconnect, provide proper labeling, and comply with all applicable OSHA regulations. It's worth reiterating that electrical codes and standards are not static. They evolve to incorporate new technologies, address emerging safety concerns, and reflect best practices in the industry. Therefore, it is essential to stay updated on the latest revisions to the NEC and other relevant codes and standards. Participate in continuing education courses, attend industry conferences, and consult with qualified electrical professionals to ensure that your installations are always in compliance with the latest requirements. Failure to comply with electrical codes and standards can have serious consequences, including fines, penalties, and potential liability for damages or injuries. More importantly, non-compliance can create unsafe conditions that put people and property at risk. By taking the time to understand and follow the NEC requirements for disconnect height, you can help to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical systems and protect those who work with and around them. The requirements in the NEC are minimum standards. There may be situations where it is necessary to exceed these requirements to ensure the safety and accessibility of disconnects. For example, in areas with high foot traffic, it may be necessary to install disconnects to higher elevation to prevent them from being accidentally bumped or damaged. In areas with limited space, it may be necessary to use specialized disconnects that are designed to be mounted in tight locations. Always use good engineering judgment and consult with qualified electrical professionals to determine the best solution for each specific application. Remember that the ultimate goal is to create a safe and reliable electrical system that protects people and property from harm. The placement of electrical disconnects is a critical aspect of electrical system design and installation. Proper placement ensures safety, accessibility, and compliance with electrical codes. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides specific guidelines for the placement of disconnects, including height requirements. Understanding these requirements is essential for electricians, contractors, and building owners to ensure safe and compliant installations. As we've explored, The general rule for disconnect height is that the operating handle must be reachable from the floor or platform without the use of ladders or other assistive devices. The typical height limit is 6 feet 7 inches, as this is considered the maximum reach for most individuals. This height ensures that in the event of an emergency, personnel can quickly and easily energize the electrical system. However, there are exceptions to this rule, particularly for UL-listed equipment. If a disconnect is part of a UL-listed assembly, it can be installed at a higher elevation. This exception recognizes that certain equipment designs may require the disconnect to be located higher than the standard height limit. However, even in these cases, the disconnect must still be accessible without the use of a ladder or other assistive devices. The equipment should also be properly labeled to indicate that a ladder is not required for servicing. Now, let's consider some practical applications of these rules. In a commercial building with high ceilings, the disconnects for HVAC equipment may be located on the roof. If the disconnects are part of a UL-listed assembly, they can be installed at a higher elevation than 6 feet 7 inches. However, the disconnects must still be accessible from the roof surface without the use of a ladder. This could be achieved by providing a platform or walkway that allows personnel to reach the disconnects safely. In an industrial setting, disconnects for machinery may be located on elevated platforms or mezzanines. Again, if the disconnects are part of a UL-listed assembly, they can be installed at a higher elevation. However, the disconnects must still be accessible from the platform or mezzanine without the use of a ladder. This could be achieved by providing stairs or a ramp that allows personnel to reach the disconnects safely. In residential applications, disconnects for solar panels or generators may be located on the roof or in the attic. If the disconnects are part of a UL-listed assembly, they can be installed at a higher elevation. However, the disconnects must still be accessible without the use of a ladder. This could be achieved by providing a permanent access ladder or stairs to the roof or attic. In addition to the height requirements, the NEC also specifies other requirements for the placement of disconnects. Disconnects must be located in a readily accessible location. This means that they must be easily reachable and not obstructed by equipment or other materials. Disconnects must be located within sight of the equipment they serve. This ensures that personnel can visually verify that the equipment is to energize before performing maintenance or repairs. Disconnects must be properly labeled to indicate the equipment they serve. This helps to prevent confusion and ensures that personnel can quickly identify the correct disconnect in an emergency. Disconnects must be protected from physical damage. This could be achieved by installing them in a cabinet or enclosure. Disconnects must be suitable for the environment in which they are installed. This means that they must be rated for the appropriate voltage, current, and environmental conditions. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that disconnects are placed in a safe, accessible, and compliant manner. This will help to protect personnel and property from electrical hazards. The NEC is a comprehensive document that covers a wide range of electrical safety topics. It is essential for anyone working with electrical systems to be familiar with the NEC and to follow its guidelines. The NEC is updated every 3 years, so it is important to stay current with the latest edition. You can purchase a copy of the NEC from the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, website. You can also find information about the NEC on the NFPA website. In addition to the NEC, there may be other local codes and regulations that apply to electrical installations. It is important to check with your local building department to determine the applicable codes and regulations in your area. Working with electricity can be dangerous. If you are not qualified to perform electrical work, hire a licensed electrician to do the job. A licensed electrician has the training and experience necessary to perform electrical work safely and in compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. Always put safety first when working with electricity. By following the NEC and other applicable codes and regulations, you can help to prevent electrical hazards and protect people and property from harm.